The USA and Europe can be very different. We're here to find out, how do the Europeans feel about the USA?
I think it's a pretty interesting country and nation. I think it's pretty different to Germany, and I think it really depends on the state where you're at. I'm working a lot with people from the USA, like remote, but I've not been there until now.
If we exclude Trump, it's one of my favorite countries, continents, I would say. I love California. I love LA.
Well, I used to live there for a year when I was like 12.
Yeah.
So I have a connection to the US and I actually like it there.
I like that it's different from where I am from in a lot of ways, like the whole school system or healthcare system. Everything is different, but also the culture in general. And I think it's interesting to learn about different cultures.
For me, of course, like since childhood, I have heard a lot about US. It's a vast country.
It has a lot of faults and it's not perfect. And yeah, I think there's a lot of things we could improve.
The political system is a bit frustrating. I think generally the population, or what it seems like in the US, is that they're too stubborn, and it really gets in our own way.
Big cultural influence all over the world. And I feel that's quite interesting. I would love to visit.
I mean, it's so colorful and full of possibilities, and that's very nice and very attractive.
Right.
But I think there's a lot of negatives too, like the weapons, for example, and the health system, everything like that.
I was trying to apply for a job as a summer camp counselor in the US, and I looked at their daily schedule, and it's always like every morning you have to get up and pledge allegiance to the flag and go to the flag when they're raising the flag, and it's all kind of too much in my opinion. I don't know. Yeah.
I would say the difficulty maybe is I would meet on the street 80% more people which have my same color than me.
Okay.
That's, you know, if you look down the street here, you don't see nobody looks like me.
Okay.
So I think that's the biggest difference for me. I have people in my culture with the same color.
I think they are a bit ahead of us. When we speak of the thought of freedom, that's what I like about the USA for sure.
Yeah, it's just the whole health system. That's always what I look at a bit critic. You have to pay for so many things if you're not in an insurance, and I think this can be very hard for many people that don't earn a lot of money, for example. I think that's a lot easier here in Germany, and you're a lot more safe. Like you get the system helps you if you can't move forward, and I think this is a lot bigger here in Germany than it is in the US.
And I feel like the Germans are more honest, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to say something bad about you guys. But yeah.
And Americans are way more patriotic. That's that's the main thing. I feel like that's very, very different. Yeah.
Trump. And or maybe I shouldn't say that because I want to, I want to live in the States, so I shouldn't. But okay, it's Trump. And the second thing, weapon rights or the rights they don't have for buying guns.
Yeah.
Let's say it like that.
What do you feel about Trump running again? Like,
Oh, it's terrifying. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's terrifying because not only who he is as a person, as a politician, but he's just. Can I swear?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, he's. The fact that all the allegations surrounding him and seem to be nothing with his base. They just blindly follow him. It's a bit terrifying, yeah.
So, kurze Pause. We have a new deal with Babble, and they're offering us a simple solution for you guys doing your German or English or any other language. You get a hefty discount amount. So if you click on the description below, you'll be able to learn as good of German as mine. That's such advertisement. But do you know what? Give it a go. It's not too bad, and ich kann Deutsch sprechen auch. Like
I don't like Biden, and I don't like the lack of education. That's what I see, and that's what I. That's the common thoughts here. That's what the people think here in Germany.
So we also try to emulate a lot of stuff from US, but I would say it's quite different. Also, how people are much more conservative in Georgia than in US. Maybe diversity definitely is much higher in US. and yeah, so not so much similarities, I would say.
Well, I think Americans are very, like, they smile a lot and they're very open and just always happy. And Germans are more reserved. But I don't know. I feel like in Germany, my friendships are deeper and my connections are deeper. And in the US, it's more like surface level and everybody's nice to everybody. So it's not that genuine, you know?
No, I think it's one thing is the nature.
Okay.
Second is the food. Third is the beaches. Fourth, the people.
It's a jealousy, I think. I think that's something that's really different from the US to Germany.
People there are, this is a stereotype probably, but maybe they are not as open-minded, or at least they don't know as much about us as like we know about them. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the ignorance. But I can also quite understand. I feel like they are center of the universe and they are not interesting so much in other countries. And also I'm listening a lot of like podcasts from US, and I don't like these different measurement systems like the pounds and the Fahrenheit and stuff. I don't know why it's necessary.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah. Well done, guys.
The way the buildings look, the way that people carry themselves, the way that they interact. I think in Europe it depends on country to country. I definitely think I stand out more because I'm a little bit more overly friendly, and you know, where I find Europeans a little bit more conservative in the way that they interact with others. But yeah, I think I go with the I think I'm a bit over the top. It's in comparison. Yeah.
Like this bigger, better, more. This is a lot in the US, and I think it's a bit less here in Germany. I don't know. I think the whole capitalism is just bigger in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a very different type of life here.
And the gun situation kind of freaks me out.
Like it's the initial idea which the founding father of US said about the freedom, and that one can achieve a lot if one tries. But I don't know if it still applies, or at some degrees. But yeah, this is the values you can interpret with US.
Maybe, for example, in politics, some things are made a bit too easy. When you're thinking about this whole campaign with Trump and everything. But I think it's pretty controversial, so I think it's hard to judge.
They are not as open-minded as Germany when it comes to things they have done in the past. Like they all say, it's not exactly our fault, we did nothing. And I think that's a bit problematic too. And I'm happy that Germany still talks about the things they did wrong in the past.
Well done. Have a good one. Well done. Good, guys. Thank you so much. Well done. So well done, man. Appreciate it. Well done, guys. Your English is absolutely crazy. Massive thanks to every European in this video. So my question to you guys is, how do you feel about Trump potentially coming back to the USA? Let me know in the comment section or the comments. And bis dann. And I hope you guys enjoy the new series. It's very different.